Donald Trump has been getting grilled online over the past week with his Arlington Cemetery stunt, and the hate has finally caught up to him. Because Donald Trump made things way worse in this shocking new interview. And it's hard to believe that it could get worse, but of course, leave it to Trump to do the impossible. Now we'll take a look at what Trump said in that interview in a second, but first, we have a new clip from John Bolton where he calls out Trump for his shameful behavior. Take a look at that clip.
Coming out of the Arlington Cemetery visit that we saw from the former president, and I want to be very clear about the president was invited at the request of family members from some of those who were killed, the 13 that were killed in the Abbey Gate explosion and the very chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan. He has been close to these families. Many of them spoke at the convention, not in a political way. However, the fact that the Army ended up putting out a public statement today, which said, quote, the Trump team was made aware of federal laws and, quote, abruptly pushed an employee. They added, quote, this incident was unfortunate. The ANC employee and her professionalism have been unfairly attacked. This doesn't happen very often. I was actually quite surprised when I saw that the Army put it out earlier. What's your take about what's happened this week?
Well, I think it is unusual for the Army as such to say something. I wish it had been the Chief of Staff of the Army personally to say it, to show it was the uniformed military that had this view. And to be clear, what Trump may have done at Arlington with the families, whatever he said to them, pictures that were taken, that's not anything that's wrong. What was wrong was what he did after they left the cemetery. By taking the films and so on and turning them into political advertisements. That is what's forbidden, and that's what he did, and I think that's why people are legitimately upset.
Trump's campaign manager, or co-campaign manager, Chris LaCivita, he retweeted a video of Trump on Monday at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington Cemetery, which, to be clear, he could take that video. There was nothing wrong with him taking that video. Press was there taking video as well. But as he posted it or retweeted it, he said, hoping to trigger the hacks at Secretary of Army. Now, to be clear, Chris is a Marine veteran. He's also a Purple Heart recipient. I have tremendous respect for his service. But they're aggressively attacking on this issue, and I guess I don't really understand why.
Well, obviously they think it will help them, but it simply proves the point. They're using the whole thing for political purposes. That's expressly what Congress was trying to prevent, and in the regulations that make it clear that that's not what Arlington National Cemetery is for. I can't predict what the political outcome will be, but I just think it's shameful behavior.
Ambassador John Bolton, always appreciate your time, sir. Thanks so much.
So yeah, it's definitely easy to see how Trump is angering everyone with this stunt. And it just is so unbelievable to me that whenever Trump tries to do something to show that he likes the military, which he clearly couldn't care less about, which I guess is kind of the point here, but he's just so incapable of doing anything right. I honestly don't even know why he still tries at this point. Because even after he does the thing, he can't admit when he has made a mistake. Which is exactly what we saw in this new interview that Trump did that just made everything so much worse. So take a look at what Trump said.
Should your campaign have put out those videos and photos?
Well, we have a lot of people. We have people, TikTok people. We're leading the internet. That was the other thing. We're so far above her on the internet.
But on that hallowed ground, should they have put out the images of those?
I don't know what the rules and regulations are. I don't know who did it. And it could have been them. It could have been the parents. It could have been somebody.
It was your campaign's TikTok, though, that put out the video.
I really don't know anything about it. All I do is I stood there and I said, if you'd like to have a picture, we can have a picture. If somebody did it, this was a setup by the people in the administration that, Trump is coming to Arlington. That looks so bad for us.
How does being asked if maybe he shouldn't have put out those videos to help his campaign turn into being a setup and that they're all conspiring to take him down? Trump clearly just can't get his own story straight because he knows that he did all of this on purpose. So when asked to defend himself, he just can only deflect blame onto other people, even if that blame is being put onto the very same people that invited him to go. Another thing that I think is interesting that he said is that his campaign is leading the internet. For starters, that is just kind of a dumb and weird thing to say, and it really shows that he doesn't truly understand how the internet works. But also, it shows that this was 100% done on purpose. If he truly is leading the internet, then he would think that filming this would be a great opportunity to boost his internet popularity. But of course, this all completely backfired. And when asked about it, his response just made everyone hate him even more. But overall, it's clear that Donald Trump has no respect or care for our veterans or people in the military in general. All he cares about is leading the internet, and he's willing to do anything to get his way. And I don't know about you, but that is not the kind of person that I would like running this country.